Yo, what's happening, everybody? How's everybody doing this morning? All right, man. We got another simulation. Playoffs are getting real close. Got a couple more games. Yeah, we got another good one. We got the Timberwolves versus Grizzlies. So tune in and enjoy, man. And, let's see who pulls this off. All right.
It's Thursday night, and it's the NBA here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with you. Joining me tonight, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. Our buddy David Aldridge is on the sideline getting stories. And here we can check out the story for Rudy Gobert.
And in the last 5 games, he's made a bunch of hustle plays on the glass more than anywhere else. His rebounding totals in these games shows a dramatic increase from his numbers during the rest of the season.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's Conley in at the point. And for the Grizzlies, Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Edey, and it's Wells in at the small forward. It's the final game of the regular season, Greg. It's time to look ahead for most teams.
And for some, that's looking towards the playoffs, right? Others, it's looking to the offseason, but don't look too far down the road just yet. We've got a game to play.
And slam dunk by Gobert.
Yeah, it just seems like every year Edwards gets more comfortable running the pick and roll.
Here's Morant. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
That's good from Morant. You can see, and coach, you can feel Ja Morant's star power, and his presence on the floor is such a factor. It affects the game.
Yeah, it sure does, and it even affects the energy in the building. His play is so dynamic, athletic, energetic. I mean, you can't sit and watch a Ja game. He's going to get you on your feet.
He is one of a kind for sure. Now here is Conley. Pass to Edwards. Gobert, the screen. To the middle. It's tipped. Bane looking around. Outside Jackson. Here's Edey. 4 on the clock. And that one's good. Morant.
Yeah, so tough to knock Morant off balance, and he's so talented at keeping his focus on the basket.
Jackson against Randall. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
So, Stan, the Grizzlies trio of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. Well, from the outside looking in, what a great base going forward.
Take a break.
I agree with that, Kevin. Look, not only are those 3 outstanding individual players, but they complement each other so well. There's such a great fit with those 3 guys. That's a great base for the future.
And he makes the first.
You know, one thing you have to admire about Randall is his hunger to get better. He is a real leader who leads by example.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
Here is Edwards after the basket by Jaren Jackson.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Now here's Morant. Last game he had 28 points. Makes it off the glass. Morant's got 6.
Wow, it's like Ja has the ball on a string.
Pass to McDaniels. Back to Conley. And he lays it straight in.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Grant. The shot will not fall. Minnesota off to a slow start. They trail by 3. McDaniels gets a wide open look. That's in, coming off an assist from Randall.
And when McDaniels is hitting this, look out, because it opens up everything else for him offensively.
Jackson against Randall. Jackson misses. The Timberwolves have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. And finished off by Gobert.
Well, that's why you feed Gobert near the rim. He makes the most of those easy opportunities.
Morant passes to Jackson. Back to Morant. The kick out to Bain. Here's Jackson. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Jackson's got his second bucket.
Man, just in time. Jackson racing against the clock.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I was able to talk with the head coach of the Grizzlies for just a minute. I asked him how you take care of the Stifle Tower himself, Rudy Gobert. Coach said, I think you just try to pester him on defense and stay away from him on offense. If he's anywhere near our shooters, that means it's time to move the ball. So they'll have to play keep away when it comes to Gobert. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Pass to McDaniels. Back to Edwards. From the arc. It's rebounded by Memphis. Last time these 2 teams came together was also in this building. They were able to win it for the home fans.
Yeah, they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And the 2006 Sixth Man of the Year, Mike Miller, seems to be enjoying the play from his former team, the Grizzlies.
Played over 6 seasons in Memphis, and his arrival coincided with them becoming a playoff team for the first time in franchise history.
Randall kicks to Gobert. Pass to Conley. Wants to get it to Edwards and does. 6 to shoot. He takes out of the rafters. He punched it in.
Are you kidding me? Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
And that's life above the rim, courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here's Morant. 8 points for him. Outside Jackson. Memphis moving it around. Down low. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, the way that Morant is able to twist and contort through a defense, he is one of a kind in that regard.
Santi Aldama's checked in for the Grizzlies. Minnesota also with the sub, Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Mike Conley. Both free throws good from Morant. Timberwolves trail by 4. Outside Edwards. Randall from outside. Aldama with the rebound. The Grizzlies have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Jackson passes to Aldama. Bain against DiVincenzo. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. We've got a moment now to go to a rookie watch and find out who among the NBA's freshman class have been the hottest shooters. Well, you look at Edey, so solid around the basket, currently 3rd in the league.
And his confidence is going to keep growing if he continues shooting like he has over the past month.
Outside Edwards. Got a hand on it. Now, here's Bain. He had 19 points in the win against Charlotte. Morant outside. Pass to Edey. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Bain, no good. Timberwolves trail by 4. It's Randall with the drive. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You know, they like Randall to be an offensive presence in the paint. They want him to be an option on every possession.
Here's Edey. Pass to Aldama. Morant against DiVincenzo. Here's Aldama. The Grizzlies with another miss. And Randall has got the ball here for Minnesota. Trailing by 2. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And look at what they did in the fourth quarter. Just totally out of sync and lacking in intensity. And that turned into that huge comeback.
Now here's Gobert. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. The shot's good from DiVincenzo.
A fantastic decision-making big. Randall with the right choice there, finding the open man.
Here's Morant, following the 3 by Minnesota. Bangs home the trifecta.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
Timeout. We've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to talk to his guys.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just one or two major points. That way guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
Kennard, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. Pass to McDaniels. Back to Alexander Walker. One-on-one fast break. Here's Kennard. That one goes in.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Here's DiVincenzo. Guarded by Morant. McDaniels against Bain. That one drops for him. McDaniels got 5.
Well, smart idea from McDaniels, looking to convert inside.
And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels, possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
Sinks the triple.
And Kennard's teammates and coaches encourage him to take these quick shots because they know how effective he is.
Now here's Gobert. Pass to McDaniels. Now DiVincenzo.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Yeah, he didn't let the defense affect him there. He just kept his focus.
Morant against DiVincenzo. And it's Morant missing. Timberwolves trail by 3. Randall passes to Gobert. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. You know, Coach, what more can you ask? The reigning 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you ask, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step.
Shooting 2. First free throw is good.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. Buff's jacked in, and it's Jackson in for Kennard. And he can't hit the second.
Well, known for being an exceptional defender, Gobert also has a good sense for when he should look to score.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Timberwolves trail by 4. DiVincenzo passes to Randall. Three-pointer. Here's Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
With his giant frame, Gobert sets a good screen and then just pivots into open position.
Pippen, the pass to Bain. There's the three. Rebound, Minnesota. Randall's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Clark outside. Back to Randall. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. DiVincenzo kicks to Clark. 6 on the shot clock. Gobert with a screen on Pippen. The 3 for DiVincenzo. It's rebounded by Memphis. Inside, here's Jackson, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
Well, Jackson Jr. can go over either shoulder. He can face up. He's a tough cover in there.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Grizzlies?
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And they've also done a great job turning defense into offense tonight, creating turnovers and capitalizing on the other end.
Well, you talk about a guy who could start for any team in the league. That's what Jaren Jackson is all about.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Bain. And then for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Gobert. Miller comes in for Julius Randle. And Anthony Edwards subbed in for Clark. And he makes the first but misses the second. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Here's Pippen. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. That one doesn't go.
It seems like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Pass to Miller. Now here's Reed. And it's Memphis on the break. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. It's Pippen on the wing. Edwards defending. Outside Jackson. And it's Pippen at the elbow. Pass to Jackson for the 3. The shot's good on the assist by Pippen. Jackson's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
And here's Miller.
Got it! Oh, what a hit! That is such a tough shot.
Big time shot to beat the buzzer there. My goodness.
Oh, man, that's like stealing 3 points. Big time finish to the quarter.
Ja Morant has been leading the charge, guys, for Memphis. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. Back right after this. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you guys think?
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
Yeah, this defensive game plan is working very well, putting constant pressure on the offense and forcing a lot of mistakes.
Memphis has gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Pippen is out there with Luke Kennard. And there's Jackson. Then it's Santi Aldama. And it's Huff in its center. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Good. Jackson's got 10. So, Stan, you started in the NBA back in the mid-90s. How is coaching different from, say, now to back then?
Wow, Kevin, it's just so different and in so many ways. The players have gotten better. Bigger, faster, more skilled. There's more coaches on a staff. Strength coaches have increased in volume and in influence, so there's less practice. Everything now has to be done differently.
Everything is bigger, isn't it?
It really is.
Here's DiVincenzo. The Grizzlies pull it in. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Well, when you can build your lead with the second unit on the floor, that makes the game a heck of a lot easier.
Just 5 to shoot. Then for 3 from outside the arc, and the 3 ball is good. Aldama's got the lead up to 6 now for Memphis.
Yeah, Aldama can stretch the floor for you when the big man finds quality openings at the arc.
Edwards, no good. Memphis has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. And here's Pippen. He had 10 points in the win against the Hornets in Charlotte. To the inside. The inside shot, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good. DiVincenzo with it. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And Aldama slams it in.
Well, pretty sure Aldama could bring down the standard if he wanted to.
And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. 8-point game. Their next game, playing at home, as the Nets come into town. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Count it.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
For Memphis, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. To the paint, here's Huff. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Huff's got his first points of the night.
Well, look, Aldama is a very good passer out of the front court.
DiVincenzo against Pippen. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Edwards. The Grizzlies have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Pippen, the pass to Kennard. To the middle, Huff scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
DiVincenzo passes to Reed. Shoots over Aldama. Here's Minot. The shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Kennard, the pass to Pippen. Back to Kennard. Pass to Jackson. Fade away. Rebound by Alexander Walker. Timberwolves trail by 8. And he banks in the layup. Alexander Walker's got his second bucket of the night.
Given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
Yeah, a skilled player can work around the mismatch. He's used to dealing with larger guys.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Minnesota shooting 44% from the floor since we began the second quarter. Reed with a screen on Kennard. For 3, Edwards. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson. Memphis leading by 8. Kennard, the pass to Pippen. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Minnesota's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. Pass to Reed. Fires the 3. Sinks the 3-pointer. Reed's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Such a confident shooter. Reed was ready as soon as the ball got to him.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Making some changes here for the Grizzlies. Wells is checked in for Santi Aldama. Bain comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Morant in for Pippen. Memphis leading by 5. Here's Morant. He's got 13. Takes the 13-footer, and he hits the jump shot. Morant's got 15.
Yeah, a lot of guys now are not comfortable in that mid-range area, but Morant is. He'll take that shot when it's there.
Here's Edwards. The muscle from Edwards.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
Edwards, no good.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Morant outside. Tries yet again, and the layup is good. Morant's got the lead up to 9 now for the Grizzlies.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Randall outside. Here's Conley. The Grizzlies pull it in. Pass to Morant. Here's Huff. Launches a 3. Mike Conley grabs the miss. Out to the right wing. Jackson against Randall. He doesn't hit that one. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Bain passes to Morant. Clock at 6. And such a nice move to make the basket work. And now it's an 11-point Grizzly lead. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And Memphis making a change here. Aldama's checked in. The Timberwolves also with a sub. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Edwards. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Timberwolves. They trail by 11. Randall outside. There's the triple. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Randall's got 6 points.
And you don't see that kind of quickness from your bigs very often. Randall with great hands there.
The three from Morant. Gobert pulls it in. Timberwolves trail by 8. Randle surveying the D. Shoots over Aldama. And again, it's Minnesota converting. Memphis has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Morant against Conley. And it's Morant missing. Minnesota's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. DiVincenzo kicks to Randle. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. It's hauled in by Huff. Huff's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. On the wing, Bane. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Bane's got his first bucket in this one.
Just look at the body of Bane. He's so strong, and that helps him down low.
Pass to Randle. Takes the 3. Randle can't get that one to fall.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
And Aldama slams it in.
Well, even when there's not an open passing lane, Ja will create one. He is an excellent passer.
Conley, the pass to Randle. Lets it go from deep. Randle can't get that one to fall.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Here's Morant. Softly drops in the floater. Morant's got the lead up to 12 now for the Grizzlies.
Well, this kind of performance from Morant doesn't surprise anyone. He can score with the best of them.
Pass to McDaniels from deep three-point land. The long distance 3 is buried. McDaniels got 8 points.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
Down low. Aldama inside. He's defended by Randle. Aldama can't hit. DiVincenzo against Bane. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
And we haven't seen them get to the line as much here in the second quarter. They might be settling a tad too much offensively.
Here's Morant. A beautiful reverse layup. Morant's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Conley dishes to McDaniels. Going inside. Back to Conley. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. With 1 game to go, let's take a look at how the final seeding will look out west. You look at Memphis, right now the 6th best record in the conference, looking to hold on to playoff position and finish the regular season strong. Of course, there's the Timberwolves, 2 spots down.
And for the Grizzlies, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
Well, sometimes those teams that are on the edge can be the most dangerous. They play like they have something to prove.
Timberwolves trail by 11. Randle left side. Right side, Conley. Pass to McDaniels. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Randle is doubled. Gobert with a wide open look. No good on the 3. And the Grizzlies leading by 11. Wells kicks to Morant. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line in the game.
At the line for 2, Josh Moore.
That free throw, no good. Minnesota making a switch here. He hits the second from the line. And the first half is now in the books. Grizzlies out in front, up by 12. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports.
Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. How about we start out with the Western Conference and how those teams are stacking up? And some good races going on in the conference. Who do you think would win a race between the three of us?
I might have to put my money on you, Ernie. The Jet is more like a city bus these days. Plus, he doesn't know how to run through the tape. Get it?
Yeah, I might be a city bus or I might be a prop plane, but I got still pretty spring in these legs there, youngston. I tell you, still got some spring in them.
Thanks, Gramps. I think Shaq's right. And looking now at that first half where everything was going wrong for the Timberwolves.
Where's the intensity at the defensive end? They need to get a hand up and contest more shots.
Coach needs to encourage them to be better moving forward, just like I do with you guys.
I'd better put my feet up. It's getting deep in here. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, he's also a pretty good actor. He sells fouls really well.
Memphis leading by 12. On the court for Minnesota, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Randall out there with Jaden McDaniel. And it's Gobert in at the 5. Morant surveying the D. Gets it to fall, and now he's 10 of 15 on the game.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Gobert with a screen for Conley to the inside and finished off by Gobert.
That's how you know Conley is right out there.
And Morant's got the ball here for the Grizzlies. Even now, Stan in his late 30s, Mike Conley's still able to perform at a very high level.
Well, Kevin, his father was a gold medalist in track and field. So even as Mike Jr. has maybe lost a step, he's still able to compete athletic.
This league, Stan, is so deep with talent. Are there any players who you think get overlooked in the conversation?
That's a great question, Kevin. I mean, there are some guys who I think get underrated because they play with other guys who are so talented and draw the attention. One guy that I have really seen lately that I think has been better than people think is Grayson Allen. The best three-point shooter, or one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA and a very underrated defender.
And he's evolving, isn't he? Looks like he's working on other parts of his game, but he's always been able to shoot, which has been his calling card.
And he's a much more athletic guy than people give him credit for.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Hey, yo, right here.
Wells passes to Bain. Gobert with the block.
So good at finding these rejections. Gobert has all the physical tools and razor-sharp reflexes as a defender. Well, offensively, he's doing his best to keep them in this game, but they might need someone else to step up as well.
Back to Morant. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now.
Well, Morant just puts so much pressure on the defense to make a choice on that pick and roll.
Timberwolves trail by 15. Outside Edwards. There's the pick. The three. Edey with the rebound. Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked out, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. He hits both from the stripe. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Conley the pass to Gobert. And here's Randall. And hammers that one down right in the face of Jaren Jackson.
You got to have guts and hops to pull off a dunk like that. Randall got a lot of both.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Outside Jackson. Here's Edey, defended by Gobert. Bain passes to Morant. Pass to Edey. And he gets the bucket. Edey's got 8 points.
You know, they've hit the ground running to begin this second half. 4 for 5 so far.
Now McDaniels. And here's Edwards, guarded by Bain. Gobert with a screen on Bain. And here's Edwards from the arc. Nailed from three-point land. 15 points in the game.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Pass to Edey. On the wing, Jackson. He's defended by Randall. Morant dishes to Jackson. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 5 assists in the game. Timberwolves trail by 16. Randall outside. Bain against Edwards. And Gobert kicks to Edwards. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and look at the NBA's best rebounding teams for this last month. In third, the Grizzlies. Fifth, the Timberwolves.
What a run it's been for both these clubs in terms of their rebounding. 2 physical teams on a collision course here tonight.
And the Grizzlies leading by 16. Morant outside. Inside, Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Yes, sir. Jackson Jr. flushing.
Timberwolves have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Now, here's McDaniels. 10 points for him. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
Here's Jackson, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the Timberwolves. It's an 18-point game. Bain against Edwards. Here's Randall, and again it's Minnesota converting.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Morant outside. Pass to Jackson. Over Randall. Jackson misses.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
McDaniels passes to Edwards. Randall with the ball. Launches it. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Pounding the offensive glass. That's where Gobert gets a lot of his extra chances.
Pass to Edey. Now Bain. Wells kicks to Jackson. Morant outside. Shot clock at 6. Fires the 3. Rebound Minnesota. Randall's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. The 3. Shot is good, and the Memphis lead's cut to just 11 points in the basket from McDaniels.
And this is something McDaniels continues to work on. Good to see him cash in off the catch.
Wells passes to Morant. Here's Edey, defended by Gobert. Morant against Conley. And that one's good, Morant.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
Randall outside. To the paint. Here's Gobert. Pass to McDaniels. Jacks up a 3. Grizzlies with the rebound. They led by as many as 18 points. Wells dishes to Jackson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Santi Aldama's checked in for Wells. Timberwolves also changing it up. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniels. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Bain finds Jackson. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Edwards against Bain. It's stolen by Edwards. And now Minnesota on the fast break. They get it again, and he recovers it. Here's Alexander Walker, defended by Aldama. And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Alexander Walker. Outside, Bain. Pass to Jackson. Over Randall. Jackson, that's good. Jackson's got 8 here in the quarter.
Well, from that 13, 15-foot range, Jackson is automatic. You can't give him those.
DiVincenzo passes to Gobert. Here's Alexander Walker, defended by Aldama. Just 5 on the clock. And finished off by Edwards.
Well, it might not be fair, but most nights we expect Edwards to put up big scoring numbers. That's what you ask of your stars.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Grizzlies.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
And they've also played exceptionally well in the paint tonight, taking advantage of their opportunity to work inside.
You coach Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet. There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. And a look at the block shot number over the last few seasons for Jaren Jackson.
The blocks just aren't coming for him nearly as much as they were a few years ago. I think he's lost a little something in terms of that intimidation factor and that ability to change a game with his interior defense, and that's too bad.
Here's DiVincenzo. Alexander Walker passes to Randall. Over to the wing. And the wide open shot from Reed. Off the mark and a chance to trim it to single digits. Aldama with the ball. He's against Clark.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no airspace there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Up top, DiVincenzo. Guarded by Bain. Rocket 2. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. DiVincenzo's got 5 points so far. Morant against DiVincenzo. To the middle. It's stolen by Randall. Pass to Reed. Clark with it. Down low. Here's Randall. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Randall's got 6 here in this quarter. Memphis leading by 8. Here's Edey. Back to Morant. Drains the three-pointer. Morant's got 36.
Well, that's a good sign there from Morant. He needs to keep making those shots in order to open this offense up.
Randall against Jackson. Grizzlies with the rebound. Edey's got his 5th rebound in this one. Aldama with the ball. He's against Reed. Here's Jackson. Lays it up off the glass. And now 24 points for Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
Randall a screen on Bain. Driving the lane. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And since we've got a second, let's go to our rookie watch and see which of the first-year players are averaging the most blocks since the All-Star break. Well, you look at Edey, 5th in the league in patrolling the paint.
I tell you, he's picked a lot of opponents' tendencies as the year has gone on and has put that knowledge to work defensively.
Free throw drops for Alexander Walker. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Off's jacked in, and Wells is subbed in for Santi Aldama. That one is no good. Reed. Here's Randall. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. Kennard finds Morant.
Well, with his quickness and physicality, it's not easy to guard Morant without fouling.
He's been getting to the line. Now his 6th trip in the game.
And how about the job he's done at the free throw line?
Shooting 2.
That one is off.
And there's no doubt Morant near the top of the list of elite scorers in this league.
And the second free throw, good.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Timberwolves trail by 13. Clark outside. Picked by Randall from deep. And that one's good by Clark. Clark's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Morant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. They led by as many as 18 points. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Grizzlies lead by 12.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Some solid defense there from Jackson. Got it up. And so it's Memphis enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Right back after this break. And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Now Edwards. We've got Santi Aldama. Pippen is out there with Desmond Bane. Then there's Wells. And it's Huff in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies. Outside, Bane. Pass to Pippen. 6 to shoot. From deep three-point territory. Rebound by Alexander Walker. Timberwolves trail by 12. To the inside. Edwards getting the close range, too.
Well, Edwards is such a strong player. Skilled at absorbing contact and still finishing.
Pass to Bane. 60 seconds off the clock here in the 4th. Open for 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here is Edwards. And it's denied. And he stays with it. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Bain kicks to Pippen. Memphis moving it around. DiVincenzo against Pippen. Over in the corner, Edwards. Shoots the three. Offensive rebound. Takes a three. Bucket, Edwards slotting home the three.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
The Grizzlies call timeout. Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Conley now comes in for Alexander Walker. Right now, I'd send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. Well, during the break, I was able to catch what the Grizzlies coach was talking about with his team. He demanded something of his guys. He said, I'm not satisfied yet, are you? You've worked hard, but we need to keep piling it on. Don't give them any hope. Guys?
All right, thank you, David. Here's Huff, guarded by Reed. Five to shoot. Huff passes to Jackson. It's good from long range. Jackson's got his first 3 points of the game.
He is cold-blooded, drops the dagger, piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Clark, he's checked in for Minnesota. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Edwards got 14 points here in the second half.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pippen finds Bain. Here's the teardrop. Reed with the rebound.
Well, with his team leading, he might just want to put that one in his pocket next time.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Hey, Coach, what about Naz Reid after going undrafted back in 2019? He is really showing him, isn't it?
Well, Kevin, what a story. Uncommon skill level for a player of his size. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He's got a lot in his arsenal.
Free throw good, Edwards.
And talented in so many ways. Edwards is focusing on two things: the refining of his shot mechanics and the sustained level of engagement.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Edey's checked in. And Edwards drops them both.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Conley against Pippen. Edey, nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Well, that's a smart play, taking advantage of the mismatch in close.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Here's Edwards. Edwards holding off the D and converts.
How about these big shots for him in the fourth? He has been locked and loaded offensively.
Pippen against Conley. Pass to Wells. Here's Edey. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Shot clock at 5. Puts one up from 19. Again, Memphis.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Now, here's Reed. Now, DiVincenzo. Guarded by Bain. Now, here's Reed. Defense is right there. Clark outside. With the floater. And Conley gets it to go. The assist by Clark.
Great control by Conley in the float game. Gave it just enough.
Outside, Bain. Pippen sets a screen for Bain. And it's off from three-point range.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
And the Grizzlies leading by 6. And here is Wells. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Michael Conley picks one up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw. Some changes for Memphis. Jaren Jackson. He's checked in for Jackson. Luke Kennard comes in for Bain. And it's John Morant in for Pippen. And then for Minnesota, Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And Dillingham subbed in for Mike Conley. Good on the second free throw. Randall with the ball. It's Edwards on the wing. Pass to Dillingham. And here's Randall. And the 3 off target.
Well, and after making just 1 triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
Back to Morant. Connects from three-point range. Morant's got 42 in the game.
Well, normally Morant is scoring off the dribble. It's good to see him being effective off the ball.
Outside, Edwards puts up a deep 3. Edwards on target, drills it from way out there.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
Pass to Wells. Kennard with the ball. Edwards defending. Pulls it up. Kennard's shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 7. Clark with it. He's picked up by Morant. Edwards against Kennard. Edwards inside. Comes up empty down low. The Grizzlies have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Kennard's shot is off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Gobert, the screen to the middle. And And slam dunk by Gobert.
And the slam, if Rudy gets that ball anywhere near the rim, he is going to finish it.
Here's Morant. Gobert with the block. Jackson against Clark. Pass to Randall. Beyond the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. Now just a 2-point Grizzly lead.
Well, it's only his second three of the night. If he's going to heat up, the second half is a great time to do it.
Morant passes to Jackson. In the corner, Kennard with it. Here's Wells. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the Timberwolves. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Gobert's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves. The Grizzlies shooting the ball really well in this game, 58%. Pass to Wells. Here's Edey, defended by Gobert. And the shot goes down. Morant's got 44.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Clark outside. Randall outside. Now here's Edwards. Kennard covering. Edwards against Kennard. Edwards no good. Now here's Kennard. Defense right on him. Three-pointer. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And it's a 5-point Grizzly lead.
Well, they knew who to go to when they had to get a bucket, and Kennard was ready to deliver.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Baines checked in. Timberwolves also changing it up. McDaniels comes in for Clark. And it's Conley in for Dillingham. Three-pointer, Randall. Wells grabs the miss. Wells has got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Morant. Fires from deep. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 6th rebound on the night. Conley kicks to McDaniels. Here's Randall. Shoots over Wells. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Edey's got 7 rebounds in the game. Wells passes to Jackson. Morant against Conley. Here's Jackson. Good. And the nice assist from Morant. Morant's got assist number 7 for him tonight.
Again, it's Jackson Jr. His combination of size and shooting can be deadly.
And they get it. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Edwards got 35 in the game.
And the more experience Edwards gets, the better he'll become, especially when he's stepping up and hitting the big shots.
Bain kicks to Wells. A three-pointer off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 5. Out to Edwards. 1:25 left in the fourth quarter. With the fadeaway. They get the rebound. Second shot opportunity. That's good from Randall on the assist from Edwards. Edwards got his 7th assist here tonight. Morant against Conley. Now here's Morant. He's covered closely. That shot misses. Conley against Morant. Randall a screen on Morant. Conley the pass to McDaniels. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
Yeah, they need everything to break their way at this point if they're going to rally back.
Knocks down the trifecta.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
The Grizzlies call timeout. .27 seconds left in the game. Conley against Morant. 15 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. 6 on the shot clock.
Count it!
Man, boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
I don't think they should be greedy here and think about a triple. With this much time left, I'd attack the basket, get a high percentage shot in tight, and take my chances in overtime.
5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. For three, Edwards. The three won't fall.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
The Grizzlies call timeout. And regulation now complete. We will go to overtime. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. Well, 4 quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime.
Here we go.
Here's Morant. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Randall out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point guard. Now, here's Wells. Clock at 6. Here's Morant. And the layup falls. Morant's got 48.
Yeah, I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Has to Gobert. Randall outside. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Now, Wells. Here's Edey. McDaniels defending. Jackson has the open look. Misses the 3. Timberwolves trail. Out to the right wing. Here's McDaniels. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Wells kicks to Morant. Over Conley. Pass to Jackson. Morant outside. Here's Edey. Gobert with the block.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending.
And so it's Bain with it. He'll bring it up for Memphis. Randall with the block. Just about 2 minutes in now to this overtime period. What a game.
And it's really good to see Edwards knock down the mid-range jumper. He continues to work on becoming more consistent from that area.
Outside Jackson. Back to Morant. It's stolen by Gobert. He's all alone. Floats one. A nice shot by McDaniels. McDaniels got the lead up to 2 now for the Timberwolves.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, there is no quit in this team. Making up for that slow start with great composure and determination.
The Grizzlies call timeout. We're in overtime if you've just joined us, 2.5 minutes through it. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Back to Morant. 5 on the clock. Fires from way outside. Rebound, Minnesota. Randall passes to Conley. Inside, here's Gobert. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Pass to Morant. Shoots over McDaniel. And it's Morant missing. Timberwolves have gotten off to a little bit of a slow start from the field in overtime. Just 2 of 6 so far. Edwards inside. Guarded by Bain. It's good.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
Morant against Conley. 13 feet away. Good, he hits again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Looking at the clock, just over 3.5 minutes into OT. Edwards passes to Conley. Outside for Randall. Off target from three-point range. Memphis trailing here. Down low. Here's Bain. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Well, Bain has worked so hard to get his game where it is today.
At the line for the Grizzlies, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Gets the first. That narrows the gap to 1. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line. No good. Minnesota's got neither of their first 2 3-point attempts to fall here in overtime. Floats one up. Edwards can't hit. And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for Memphis. Here he goes. And yep, another basket.
And what a night. Arguably the best in franchise history.
Tying the franchise mark for most points in a game. The next basket breaks it. And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. McDaniels dishes to Randall. Conley the pass to McDaniels. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
Conley against Morant. Here's Heaney. Yes!
Really another fantastic offensive rebound and putback. This is the second game in a row where he has just been ball dominant.
Well, yeah, you can see how much energy he's playing with. He's on a roll, and he's not about to let it in.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Well, given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Edwards against Bain. Goes up to the stripe. Good!
And they do have a foul to give.
The Grizzlies call timeout. So I'm looking at the clock, and guys, the situation. What do you think we're going to see next?
This is where great coaching can pay dividends.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
Conley against Morant. Pass to Wells. Back to Morant. Here's Heaney. So it's Minnesota taking the W in a close one. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
They probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Mike, they were rolling, but you all responded. How did you do it?
Well, defensively, we just turned it up a notch. You know, those guys were in a comfort zone, but we did a good job of just locking back in defensively, getting back on the offensive end, and making extra passes and making extra plays.
That attention to detail showed in the win, man. Congrats again. Back to you.
Much appreciated, David. That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.
Alrighty, y'all, that's game. Man, that was a good game, man. It went into overtime, man. Had me on the edge of my seat trying to pay attention to, man, who's going to pull off this game. But, hey, yeah, like I said, good one, entertaining. But appreciate y'all for stopping by, supporting me. And if you don't follow me, I appreciate it if you would. YouTube or Twitch, #money. All your support counts. And again, like I said, I appreciate it and appreciate y'all. And I'll be back soon enough, man. All right, deuces.